But look at who it is. It's Bobby Rubino, and I've got to tell you, we've changed up what we were doing. I thought we were dealing with a UVB issue, and we weren't. We're gonna learn a little bit today. These animals were actually imported. I didn't know that, but the truth is that they are farm bred. I had no idea. I thought this was a captive bred animal. You guys know I don't like to take imports. I don't like taking animals out of the wild, even if they are farm bred. This is an animal that should have been born in the wild. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I wanted to do a video today that was an update on Bobby Rubino. As you can see, I've made some changes here in the office and how I'm keeping the monitors. Down below, we have just a few of the rhino iguanas left. They're still hiding underneath their little hides. But I've used now these tortoise tables that I've modified in last video, and I've placed them inside because I like the idea of getting them direct, really hard or really powerful UVB straight through. So this is like unfiltered light.
We sincerely thank all of you happy campers out there. Your support makes a real difference in our efforts here at Kamp Kenan. This week's special shout out goes to Joey Stevens. Thank you for all you do and for loving reptiles.
Actually, what I'm using is these Fluker neodyme bulbs, and then there's sunspot bulbs. And I actually had to kind of put, this isn't a Fluker light fixture. You can see the Fluker ones have these nice deep domes, which brings the light up so that you can rest it on something like this. But I noticed with these, the light was so powerful, it was melting some of the vinyl coating and giving an odor. So I've just raised it up on these blocks, or rather these flat stones. But look at who it is. It's Bobby Rubino, and I've got to tell you, we've changed up what we were doing. I thought we were dealing with a UVB issue, and we weren't. And that's why, guys, it's very important. You know, my videos, basically, I film them as they happen. And initially I thought it was a UVB issue because I thought he was showing some signs of a nervous or neurological problem. He was not necessarily shaking, but he was just acting strange. So, you know, I brought him to the vet. You know, we treated him for, you know, a broad spectrum anti-parasite. But now, after a day, he wasn't getting better, and we switched up what we were doing. And I did, in fact, call Kevin McCurley from Nerd, and he had some really good ideas, and he also knew about the black throats that were available for sale. And this is what's funny, guys. We're gonna learn a little bit today. These animals were actually imported. I didn't know that. They were, I was told they were brought in from Europe and that they were captive bred, but the truth is that they are farm bred. And whenever you hear farm bred, guys, that's not necessarily captive bred. A lot of times what'll happen is people will poach the animals, and they will kind of bring them into their little holding facilities in the country of origin, in this case Africa, and the females will lay eggs. Then they will raise the eggs or incubate the eggs, and they'll go ahead and hatch the eggs and then offer those babies for sale. Now those babies are then shipped all over. They are loaded with parasites, and they aren't eating for a while, and the next thing you know, those parasites start to really take over their gut. And when that happens, things get dodgy for the animal. So when I got Bobby Rubino about a month ago, I put him right in the enclosure, and he started eating. But then, as I mentioned, just about a week ago now, he started to crash on me, and that's because we believe that his body got overloaded with parasites. So we've changed our mission here. I've started giving him antibiotics. He had his second course of antibiotics yesterday, and I'll give him more antibiotics tomorrow. We're using ceftazidime every 48 hours. And what I'm doing is, you can either do it in the back of the forearm and alternate legs, or you can go right here above the back leg into the muscle to get that medicine into him. And then also my vet gave me metronidazole. I can never say it. Metronidazole. Yeah, you guys pronounce it out. There it is. But that's good for getting rid of any intestinal parasites. So he's getting 0.03 mLs a day, and he's getting 0.02 mLs of his medicine. Now check this out. How much medicine is he getting? Let me show you. Right there. That is as much medicine as this little dude takes. So it's a tiny, tiny amount. And I just got to get it into him. And then we just add one line when we're dealing with the anti-parasitic medication that I'm putting into him orally. I've also been using something called ReptiBoost from Fluker. This is their insectivore carnivore. It's an appetite stimulant, but what it is, it's a powder. And here it is down here. So it's a powder that I mix up in this cup, and then I get a syringe, and I've been doing, I've been tube feeding them with these syringes. So basically what I do, and being that I only have one hand, I'm not going to do it now. We've already fed him. What I do is you get the tip of the syringe right at the edge of his mouth, right at the tip of his nose, and it annoys him. He opens his mouth, and then you got to stick this way past his trachea, and then you'll then put it in, and it goes right into his tummy. So I do that once a day, and right now he's getting a bit of a soak. He's been drinking, which is good. And you can see he's moving around a lot more. His eyes are open. Since I've been changing my technique here, or changing the course of treatment, things have been getting much better for Bobby Rubino. So I'm pretty excited. He's, like I said, eyes open up, tongue flicking a lot. So what he had was, an amazing stomach ache. And again, talking with Kevin has really been crucial, because he told me that a friend got one of these animals from that same shipment. And basically, similar thing was happening. The animal started to crash, and he started telling me that his friend did the exact same thing I'm doing now. So it was crucial that I contacted Kevin. He has been doing this a long time, and he's seen this before. He described all of the symptoms that Bobby Rubino was having. So right now, guys, I am cautiously optimistic about his prognosis. I think he could make a full recovery. We're going to keep giving him the antibiotics here for about 2 weeks, and I'm going to give the metronidazole for about 10 days. And I got to be honest, I have some crickets in here, and I held a cricket up to his face a little while ago, and he did snap at it. He grabbed it. He shook it, but it fell out of his mouth, and then he wouldn't take it again. So then I went ahead and I gave him some of the tube feeding. But I'm happy about this. He's able to hold his head up now. So I think, Bobby Rubino, again, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think the Rubino is going to make a recovery, and that makes me happy, because, you get these animals and you fall in love instantly. I want to raise a blackthroat up, from a baby. And I had no idea. I thought this was a captive bred animal. You guys know I don't like to take imports. I don't like taking animals out of the wild, even if they are farm bred. This is an animal that should have been born in the wild. So, the mother was taken, and unfortunately, her offspring, who should have been laid in a nest out somewhere in Tanzania, they were kind of laid in captivity, and this is what's going on. So it's kind of a bummer. Let's see what goes on. There's a cricket. I can see a cricket right there. I don't know if Bobby Rubino will chase after it. I doubt it, but there is a cricket there. I don't know if you guys saw it. I think it just disappeared now. Yeah, he's on the other side. Anyway, there's Bobby Rubino. So I'm really happy about this. He seems to be doing better. Again, he's not 100%. But this is a marked improvement from the last video. I think you guys can agree, seeing the last video. And then, it's funny, there's so many internet doctors out there, and I just want to, again, let you know that reptile medicine or animal medicine is not a perfect science. And so you have to become something of a detective, and you got to operate quick. So the first thing I thought was that it was the UVB. You got to start going through your husbandry. What did I do wrong? What's going on? I thought it was UVB issues, but it was not. This was a parasitic problem. Oh, look at this. There's the cricket right there. Oh my gosh. Come on, Rubino. Wake up. Open your eyes, Bobby. Oh my gosh, the cricket's going under. Anyway, we will definitely get Bobby Rubino eating again. I guarantee it. You know, it's just one of those things that you have to do, again, back to reptile diagnoses, and you just got to go through your husbandry and troubleshoot. And so what you saw was in real time. That video is real time, me thinking, okay, what's the problem? Let me figure it out. Could it be UVB? You start with the most simplest things. Once I noticed that there was no improvement, and when I talked to Kevin and learned about there being other issues, and even my friend Tyler Lofton, who gave me Zagata, he and I spoke, and it really did, you know, sometimes talking to other people is going to be key, because the other people may have had experience or experiences similar to what you're going through. So it's always important for you guys to have people that are at your disposal, knowledgeable people that can help you kind of guess what's been going on with these animals. So very important. But there's Bobby, he's just relaxing. I really wish he would eat a cricket, but come on, go up and sunbathe. There he goes, there he goes. And you notice his hands, he's not doing that strange thing with his hands, which means when I was talking to Kevin, Kevin said that was because he felt the animal was in pain. So you can imagine a stomach virus or a stomach flu or something like that, how sick you feel. Well, he was in pain, just a lot of gases. It causes, these parasites cause little ulcerations on their intestinal walls, along the stomach and along the lower GI tract. So it was painful, but here he is, looking good. So I don't know, man. Like I said, cautiously optimistic. We're hoping that he makes a full recovery. I can't guarantee anything. Animals are going to do what they're going to do, but I can tell you that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing for little Robbie Rubino. Yo, what up, dude? Definitely busting my butt every day. Come out here and we make sure he's got the food he needs. I mix up that powder. He did eat some whole food. I think he'll be back to whole food. I'll give it another couple of days. I do now want to update you guys also on our new little friend Inky. Inky is doing well. Inky is getting used to her new home. Let's see if we can get a little shot of the anchors. Oh, you know what? I put this a little too close together, so let's see. I could just pull this gently out, a little gentle. There we go. Now this should open. Perfect. Okay, so let's see. Is she in here? Oh, yes, she is. Hi, sweetheart. I'm sorry to disturb you, but I'm afraid your adoring fans want to see. Look at this. I can reach in, pick her up. That's a socialized water monitor. Now, she might squiggle and try and get away, but just the fact that I can pick her up like this and she doesn't freak out too bad initially is definitely cool. So again, guys, I handle her a lot. Again, I don't see a lot of comments because I'm busy doing stuff with animals, but I did see comment, oh, you should have put her outside. She's going to freak out. She's going to, you know. Guys, I love keeping my animals outside. It is absolutely the best thing for those animals. So if she does go outside and if she does regress a little bit, I'm absolutely okay with that. And I'm okay with that because her health comes before, you know, her being socialized. I care more about having a healthy lizard than a docile lizard. And one of the things I also know is that, you know, yes, she is socialized. Kevin did an amazing job. It's my job to keep this animal alive. And so what I focus on is that. And I also know that being that she's such a small little lizard, she thinks that everyone's going to eat her. And I know that over the course of a few years, as she gets bigger and more confident that I'm not going to hurt her and more confident in her size, she will tame down. I will have a tame black dragon. So I'm patient. So for me, you know, if someone was, there were some comments saying, oh, you shouldn't put her outside, you're gonna make her wild again. I don't care. I want a healthy lizard, and that's what I've got. So really, really excited about this animal. I can't wait to see her put some size on. She started to shed a little bit. You can see the different colors here of the old skin as she soaks. So she is gonna be doing well. We've got crickets in here for her. We've got the nice hide. And the cool thing about this little enclosure, guys, is it's light enough. If I just take the water bowl out, which is easy, I just suck the water out with a little shop vac. I take off these lights and I put them outside during nice warm days. Unfortunately, Florida's been dealing with a cold snap, so it is not too warm. But I've also taken Kevin's advice with these babies, and I've made small enclosures. Okay, he's very, he wants you to use small enclosures, and I understand why. It's about security. It's about them feeling comfortable in their enclosure, and it's also about them finding their food, their prey items. So, you know, I throw a couple crickets in here and she can hunt them down. So it's very important to kind of to keep these animals safe. Now remember, in the wild, baby tortoises, baby lizards, baby snakes, they will find an area that's got a lot of tight hiding area spots, but also has food items close by. These animals aren't wandering far when they're small like this, because why? They get eaten. So they find these small tight spots. They live close to them and they get big by getting lucky and eating food that is close by. In the case of baby tortoises, since we've got some babies, let me shut this, I don't want to forget about that. These baby tortoises, look what they do most of the time. Most of the time, they're hiding. So here's some baby cherry heads, okay? And they're hiding because they got microclimate. You can see it's a little bit more moist down there, okay? And again, guys, temporary enclosure. This is not, these animals have all been sold, and I'm just waiting now for the weather to warm up a little bit so I can get these animals shipped out. So this is a temporary enclosure. This is not something that I have these guys set up. It's still their nursery situation. So it's got a simple basking area. I cut this to feed them on. We've got a hide area that I mist down daily. And remember, they are just growing. So with baby reptiles, we don't need the huge enclosures. But of course, as monitor lizards get bigger, what happens? They travel further, they are large, and they want to walk and investigate because they are way more secure of themselves. And I think that's just super important to understand the differences of these animals through their different phases of their life. So very cool. There she is. She's a 3-month-old baby black dragon, and she's doing well. So we got a nice simple setup. These are both full spectrum lights. So when she basks, she is getting UVB on the inside. And look, there's Bobby Rubino right there. He's got a little bit of drool coming out from some of the food that I tube fed him. So what happens is sometimes some of it will drip right out. So do not be alarmed. That is not going to hurt him. Let me show you. And I gotta move this little cup. We'll open this up. This one sticks. It's kind of interesting. Oh, there we go. So there's Bob. There's Robert. I love him. I hope this little dude pulls it. I'm feeling good about it. He's moving in and out of his thermal gradients. So just awesome stuff going on. And I'm learning a lot. I'm learning about these monitors, and very important. So what is the lesson? What is the lesson? I guess the lesson today is, number one, I'm upset that I got an animal that wasn't captive born, okay? That was a bummer, because this is what happens. If you don't know, they're loaded with intestinal parasites, and so that's why we had to crash. We also learned that we need to talk to as many reptile experts as we can when we reach a problem. So you guys need to, you got this video, you got there's a community underneath within the comments, a lot of interesting and smart people that you can reach out to. Try and find people that work with the species that you like to bounce ideas off of. That's what I'm trying to do with these videos. I never profess to know everything because I quite clearly do not, and that's okay. But I do this, you know, an intelligent person will admit they don't know everything and they will search out the people that do. So you must have a good crew of people. I like watching them. You must have a good crew of people, and you must not be afraid to ask questions. And don't worry about looking like the internet savior who knows it all. I guarantee you, they don't. So anyway, people, there you go. That's the story. That's the update. Bobby Rubino just taking a rest right now. Little Inky is doing well as well. This is the new setup for a while. We're gonna raise them up, get them big, and guess what? They're gonna go outside full time. I'll bet you thought the video was over. Well, it's later in the day, and I wanted to show you the progress just in later in the day, okay? Here we go. Watch this. Bobby Rubino is attacking crickets that I just put in here. So this is all good news, huh? So there he is. He's got a cricket, and he's being his normal voracious self. So he's feeling better. I'm really excited, and I wanted to make sure you guys had the most up-to-date information. Like I said, cautiously optimistic. We're gonna continue with all the medicine, and he's still a little shaky, but hey, he wasn't feeling good, and now he's eating a cricket. So that's awesome. There you go, Robbie. Enjoy your crickets. He caught it on his own. He's real mashing it up, and that's great. So his appetite has returned, and shout out to ReptiBoost, man. It is definitely an appetite stimulator. So if you're having problems with finicky lizards who might be sick and you want to get them going again, definitely recommend looking into trying the ReptiBoost from Fluker. This is awesome. So I'm very happy, guys. Thanks so much for watching and being concerned. I know a lot of you were concerned. You sent a lot of well wishes. I did see that. I do thank you for that. Remember, be good to animals. Do your best. That's all we can do. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and head on over to patreon.com/Kamp Kenan if you want to get more involved in what we do. I'll see you guys. Bye.